Good afternoon, welcome to the channel. My name is Beena and this lovely grubby little fella here is of course Walter. Hope you are well. You join me here today on Saturday the 24th of January 2026. It is a chilly day. It's about 7 degrees, I think, 6-7 degrees, not too bad. Got the heated gloves on though. In fact, I'm going to turn those down because I'm a little bit warm. Lovely. Yeah, a bit overcast. It was nice and sunny this morning, but that's fine. I'll prefer it when it's a bit overcast on winter days because the sun's really low and I just find it very annoying. What the fuck is that car? That's a weird little car. It's completely derailed me. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and that's because for the last month or so it's either been really icy or just pissing it down here, and I didn't fancy either of those things. It really has rained pretty much constantly for about a month, which is absolutely wonderful. We did actually have a respite last weekend. Last Friday I was off, and it was lovely and sunny, and I thought, brilliant, I'm going to get out on Walter. I'm going to head to the garden centre and get some dog treats and record a video, because it's been a while since I did one. So I did that and had a lovely little ramble, and got the footage off my camera and realised that I'd somehow managed to cock it up. So I had 1 minute of me getting Walter out of the garage, and that was that, and then a minute of me putting Walter back in the garage at the end of the ride. So that was a spectacular fail. So that's how long it's been since I've done a video. I can't even sort the cameras out apparently. Never mind. I tell you what else I can't sort out. I've just had to bloody stop. I've got about 2 minutes down the road. Oh, it's the world's stupidest bird just crossing the road there. Let's make sure it's none of his friends. No. Yeah, I got like 2 minutes down the road and then thought, what is that? What's that in my peripheral vision? Flapping around. It was just my helmet strap, wasn't it? I just hadn't done it up. Like an idiot. So I had to stop and do that. I was so focused on doing everything else, putting my microphone in my helmet and put my heated gloves on and sorting the sat nav out. Yeah, just forgot basic safety measure. So that's good. Oh, it is a bit chillier today. I usually wear my... What are you doing? I usually wear my winter trousers. I don't like wearing them because they're quite bulky. I prefer to wear my jeans, my riding jeans. But yeah, a bit too cold. And I've got some like leggings, some cheap leggings that I usually wear when it's cold but not too cold. And it's too cold for those. What the fuck is going on here? What are you all doing? Brilliant bit of driving there, love. Well done. Just block the road off. Congratulations, you. Yeah, what was I talking about? Just rambling on about leggings, weren't I? Thermal leggings, you know, not fashion ones. And don't have unicorns on or anything. Or K-pop demon hunters or anything like that. They're not golden. But my mum, bless her, bought me some really thick thermal leggings from a lovely Primani. If you're not from the UK and thinking, oh, Primani, that sounds like some kind of fancy Italian brand. No, Primark. It's a cut price UK retailer. I don't know whether they have it in the States actually. Maybe you do. Anyway, it's a very cheap clothes retailer in the UK which has fashion kind of stuff, but made by poor little Bangladeshi children for 4p a month, so we get it very cheaply. And my mum very kindly bought me some very thick leggings. I mean, they're so thick that I find them difficult to walk in. They're really springy, but they do their job, I tell you what. So yeah, if you fancy any good thermals, head on over to Primark. I can't imagine that they were very expensive, because you know, when you put motorbike or sport in front of anything, that seems to add about 300% to the price, doesn't it? If you buy like a branded, I don't know, Alpine Stars. Alpine Stars? Is it Alpine Stars or Alpine Stars? Alpine, I don't know. A Risha or anything like that, thermal, then you're looking at 100 quid, aren't you? 200 quid. Primark? Nah. I bet that 20 quid or something, if that. Anyway, I'm not affiliated with Primark. If they want to sponsor me, can you imagine being sponsored by Primark? That'd be awesome. Yeah, just think they're good. I mean, my legs are still a bit cold after a while, but it's to be expected in this weather. Anyway, that's an interesting ramble, isn't it? What is that? That looks like... Is that a kestrel? I think that might have been a kestrel. I haven't got to shout kite up here, and there's usually quite a few knocking about. There's some cool old enduros there. I'd love an enduro bike. I'd love a lot of things, wouldn't I? Himalayan enduro bike, massive lottery win. All of those things would be lovely. Oh, it's so good to be back out on water again. I've missed this. Let's go down here. Why not? I've been down here for a while. Poor Walter is a bit neglected at the moment. He's looking a bit mucky. You know, I put some ACF 50 on him a while back and just let him get grubby. And regular viewers will know I hate cleaning bikes, which is why I bought a matte black one with no shiny bits really. But I do feel a little bit guilty because he's such a pretty bike to be covered in mud. I mean, he's not caked, but yeah, he's looking a bit ridden, which is good really. I mean, he's not a show bike, is he? Can't believe it's coming up for a couple of years of me having him. I say coming up, it's May time. Well, that's coming up, isn't it? I suppose not too far away. Yeah. I went for so long without having a bike because of my accident where I broke my hand and fingers. Did my knee in. The novelty still hasn't worn off really, that I've got a bike again, even nearly 2 years down the line, which kind of shows how much I missed it before. Should we go this way? I didn't really want to go that way. Never mind, we'll go this way. Oh no, I did. Why not? I do have to do a longer journey on him, on Walter, because it's something I haven't really done. I mean, my longest journey has probably been about a couple of hours. Continuous riding. But yeah, I do fancy having a little trip out somewhere. Could this look any more English countryside here? Little village. Cricket green over there, look. Cricket pitch on the village green. Nice little quaint pub. This is kind of your quintessential little English village, this. Let's go up here. I haven't been up here. I can't even remember where this goes, to be honest. Oh, Jesus Christ. The road's a bit lumpy, that's for sure. That's the content sigh of a man on his motorbike again. Mental health improving with every kilometre. Oh, and I need some mental health improvement as well. What with young Otto, the border terrorist puppy. It's been a rough few months with him, that's for sure. He had his furry little bumblebees cut off 3 weeks ago, nearly 4 weeks ago now, and we were really hoping it was going to calm him down a bit, and we hadn't seen any signs of it. But the last sort of week, 5 days, 7 days, he seems to have calmed down a bit. And honestly, Mrs. Beena and I have been quite emotional about it almost, because it's been such a rough ride to have a dog now that isn't just constantly trying to hump you or bite your feet or legs, just generally being an arsehole. It's really, really stressful, like for months on end. So to have him suddenly become a bit more biddable and do things that you ask him and just generally be nice and fun to be around. Oh, it's so nice. It really is so nice. Now, we're not going to start handing out cigars just yet, because we've been lulled into a false sense of security with him before. In fact, twice. When we first got him, anybody who's had a puppy before will know those first few months are hell. Because they basically just bite you all the while. Like, they've got no bite inhibition, their teeth are like little sewing needles, and they just clamp down on you and they bite you all the while. Every interaction is just them biting you, and it's exhausting and painful. We bled every day. So he did that and it was a nightmare, and then horses. Spooked, that one. Should go up here. Let's go up here. Thank you. Yeah, where were we? So yeah, for the first few months until they lose their baby teeth, they're just little piranhas, awful little piranhas. And then he lost his teeth at about 5 months, and obviously he wasn't in pain all the while then, bless him, so he calmed down. And also in that first few months they have like no self-regulation, so if they're tired they'll just like get really cranky and stroppy and just attack you all the more, and you have to force them to go to sleep by popping them in a little crate that we have for them. Let's just get past here. But yeah, then at 5 months he suddenly stopped doing that, and he calmed down. He was putting himself to bed, and he's just being quite sweet, and we're like, oh, thank fuck, finally, it's going to be nice now. And we had that for about a month, maybe even less than that, maybe 3 weeks. He kind of settled down, we got into a little routine. We were at our wits' end. See what timing. And then adolescence kicked in, and he turned into an absolute dickhead. So yeah, his hormones kicked in. He started acting out again. He started humping everything like crazy, mainly us. Biting everything again, going for our feet and our ankles, and just generally being awful. And so we thought we'd get him chemically castrated by getting an implant for him for 6 months, which lasts for 6 months, to see whether, if we properly castrated him, it'd curb some of those behaviours. So that's what they recommend these days. So we did that, and then for 3 weeks after he had his implant, he was like 10 times worse because it causes the testosterone to increase. So he was absolutely awful then. And then after that 3 weeks, again, he settled down and he stopped doing the biting, he stopped doing the humping, he got into another little routine, and he was quite nice again. I mean, he was still a bit of an arsehole, but for the most part, it was okay. And we were like, oh, this is going to be nice. This is what he's going to be like as an adult. And then we had a couple of months of that, maybe, and then we had what they call a regression period. So that's when they regress a little bit to a younger state, and they start getting some old behaviours back. And the brains are just basically mush at that point, like most teenagers. So yeah, he started getting worse, and then the implant started wearing off, and so his testosterone started ramping up, and he got really humpy again and bitey. And at that point, I wanted to throw him in a river or something. I was so fed up with it, so stressed out. Now, being autistic is difficult when something's repeatedly doing something and just being annoying. I mean, it's not even, can't even use autism as an excuse, because as a neurotypical person you'd find it absolutely infuriating. I know that because Mrs. Beena did. So at that point we thought, right, that's it, we're getting him properly castrated. And so we did that, like I say, almost a month ago now, 3.5 weeks ago. And again, not a lot happened, apart from the fact that we then had a dog that we couldn't take out for exercise, couldn't play with, because he had to protect his stitches and his internal wounds. Squirrel! A little squirrel. So yeah, that was a fucking nightmare. Having a 11-month-old terrier with all the energy in the world and not being able to and also raging hormones and not being able to exercise him. So yeah, that was really, really stressful. That last month has been really quite stressful. So yeah, that was a very long way, wouldn't it, of saying that, yeah, we had a couple of periods where he was nice, interspersed with long periods of him being an absolute shitbag. And hopefully this period where he's entering now, where he's nice, is going to stick around for a lot longer. We hope it will, because, you know, he's been castrated now, so, and he's getting, well, I was going to say he's getting into adulthood. He's not. I mean, dogs generally sort of 18 months to 2 years. Some of them are like 2.5 years before they properly settle down. I know that my old dog, who was a little bit of everything, mongrel, and mainly spaniel, mainly cocker spaniel. He was at least 2 before he started behaving himself properly. He was a difficult dog. But having said that, he did settle down a bit quicker than Otto. So maybe, fingers crossed, maybe we're at that point where he is starting to get a fucking brain. So yeah, probably not very interesting for you, but as always, this is my my vlog. It's my thoughts, just for myself basically. And that was a bit cathartic saying all of that. And it's also a public safety announcement. If you're thinking of getting a puppy, don't do it. They're a fucking nightmare. I'll tell you what isn't a nightmare. Riding my bike. Woohoo! I love riding my bike. I've missed this. Best make the most of it because it's going to piss it down again all this week. We've got today. It's going to be dry until a bit later on. I think it's about 8 o'clock. And then it's going to rain for all of next week, which would be lovely because Mrs. Beena is going away delivering some training, which means I have young Otto, who's hopefully going to be better behaved, and I have to take him out for 2 walks a day. So rather than getting wet just once a day, I'm going to get wet twice. Marvellous. Bit of concentration on this road because I love that. Cobwebs away a little bit. Love that bit of road. Well, I've seen no kites today. I mean, that's a lie. I saw some on the way out before I started recording. Yeah, that's unusual, isn't it? Speaking of wildlife, Mrs. Beena and I were out walking outside the other day, and out the back of our house there's like a bridleway. It goes on for about a kilometre. It goes on for a lot longer than that, but where we walk up to, one of the places we walk up to, goes about a kilometre, and it's just a track, single sort of grass track with hedgerows either side. And Mrs. Beena had been mentioning to me, I should have gone down there, never mind. Mrs. Beena had been mentioning to me about how Otto had been really interested in one particular part of the hedgerow. He'd been going in because he likes to duck in and out of it and run around. And she'd found a big hole there which she thought was maybe animal lair, whether a badger's set or a fox's earth. And I never quite knew where she meant because, like I say, it's a kilometre long bit of pathway, and every now and then along the hedgerows you get like a little animal run, a little track where like the deer or whatnot come through the hedge, and then the corresponding one on the other side. So kids wanted me to rev my engine. So yeah, I didn't quite know where it was. And we don't often go out together on a walk, because I do the evening one and she does the morning one. But they happened to go out together, and so she said, oh, I'll show you where that hole is. And so we got to this bit, and she showed me in the bush, and sure enough there's a big hole in the ground. And we sort of stood there and listened, and could hear something down there. So we were like, wonder what that is, what is it in there? We should get a wildlife camera, you know, those little wildlife cameras that you stick up on a tree or whatnot, and it records any motion and records a video or takes a picture, and it has infrared sensors on it and infrared light. So I thought, yeah, that's a good idea. I had a bit of cash from Christmas that someone had given me, so I thought, yeah, I'm going to buy one of those wildlife cameras. I'm intrigued. So we went back later on that day and put this camera up. Just went in the bushes, made it nice and concealed, and got a really good shot of this little hole. And yeah, left it there overnight. And it was that night where in the UK we had a big storm and everywhere got a load of snow, and we didn't. It just pissed it down here, like absolutely pissed it down. It was really windy, so we thought, oh, well, we're not going to get anything. Nothing's going to be showing up on that because of the weather, and the animals will probably have hunkered down for the night. So anyway, we went back the next morning, collected the camera, downloaded the footage, and we'd managed to capture 2 badgers, 2 foxes and a mouse, which is really cool. So of all the places that we could have popped that camera that night, it was probably prime location. Don't have a 6th gear. What's going on here? Oh dear, we had a crash up here. Oh dear, eh? I'm not surprised, to be honest, because it's a blind. Oh shit, that's a bad one. Yeah, it's a blind hill that. I don't know whether someone's come out of the farmhouse there and gone to turn and hit someone, or whether someone's tried to overtake on a blind hill. That's a nasty one. Looks like everyone's okay, so that's good. So yeah, we did quite well with that sighting, I think, and it was definitely 2 different badgers and 2 different foxes, because they had different identifying features on them. Unfortunately, we only got the badgers from the rear end. The foxes are pretty good. One of them spotted the camera, spotted the IR lights, and was very wary and was looking at it. But the others were just trundling through. Nothing actually came out of the hole or went into it. They were just going through the run. But yeah, we're going to pop it up again tonight in a different place, see if we can capture something else. That's it for another one from me. Hopefully this one I've actually recorded, and it won't just be me getting in and out the garage. So if you're out and about this week on your bike, put your waterproofs on, enjoy yourselves, keep the shiny side up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.